Welcome to Speaking History. What if the woman behind Rome's greatest emperor wasn't just a loyal wife, but a shadowy power playing a deadly game to control the empire's future? Meet Livia Drusilla, the wife of Emperor Augustus, mother of his successor Tiberius, and one of ancient Rome's most mysterious and controversial figures. Was she a devoted matron, admired by millions, or a ruthless mastermind who used poison and politics to secure her family's grip on power? In today's video, we dive deep into Livia's world, a story filled with power struggles, dark rumors, and palace intrigue that changed the course of history forever. Early life and rise to power. Born in 58 BC into the prestigious Claudian family, Livia Drusilla's early life was shaped by Rome's complex world of aristocratic power and alliances. At a young age, she married Tiberius Claudius Nero, a union that produced her only son, Tiberius, a boy who would later become central to her ambitions. Yet, Livia's story took a dramatic turn in 38 BC when she divorced Nero, a daring and rare move for a Roman woman, signaling her exceptional will and determination. Almost immediately after, she married Octavian, the future Emperor Augustus, who was then consolidating power across Rome after years of civil war. This marriage was far more than a personal relationship. It was a strategic masterstroke. By aligning herself with Octavian, Livia transitioned from a relatively obscure noblewoman into the epicenter of Roman political life. Her union with Augustus gave her unprecedented influence and status, positioning her as a key figure in the transformation of Rome from republic to empire. This period marked the beginning of her subtle but profound involvement in imperial politics, a role that would see her shape history not through armies or laws, but through alliances, whispers, and the relentless pursuit of power. Livia as the ideal Roman matron. Livia Drusilla was more than just the wife of Rome's first emperor. She was carefully crafted by Augustus himself into the very image of the perfect Roman matron. To the public eye, she embodied the virtues that Rome prized most: piety, dignity, modesty, and unwavering loyalty. She was the devoted wife who supported Augustus through decades of political turmoil and helped present a stable, respectable image of imperial family life at a time when Rome desperately needed order. Augustus understood the power of image, and he promoted Livia as the moral backbone of his regime. In an era when women rarely held public authority, Livia became a symbol, almost a living ideal, of Roman womanhood. Statues, coins, and public ceremonies portrayed her as a paragon of virtue, encouraging Roman women to emulate her example. This carefully managed public persona wasn't just about appearances. It reinforced the legitimacy of Augustus's new order by highlighting family values and continuity. But behind this facade of virtue, Livia was far from a silent partner. Unlike most women of her time, she wielded considerable political influence. Augustus trusted her judgment deeply, often consulting her on sensitive matters of state and succession. Her role as a political advisor was exceptional in a male-dominated world, giving her a unique power to shape decisions from the shadows. This blend of public respectability and private influence made Livia one of the most formidable figures in Rome, a woman whose quiet strength helped secure the foundation of the Roman Empire. Dark rumors and whispered accusations. Despite her carefully cultivated image as Rome's ideal matron, Livia Drusilla was also the subject of some of the darkest whispers in ancient history. Rumors circulated that behind her calm and virtuous exterior lurked a ruthless woman willing to do whatever it took to secure power for her son, Tiberius. Ancient sources suggest that Livia may have quietly eliminated rivals who stood in the way of Tiberius's succession, removing anyone who threatened her family's hold on the empire. These stories tell of mysterious deaths among potential heirs, men who might have inherited Augustus's throne had Livia not intervened. Some historians believe these deaths were too convenient, sparking speculation that Livia orchestrated them through poison or other covert means. The most chilling of all the accusations claim that she might have even served poisoned figs to her husband, Augustus, hastening his death to ensure that Tiberius could take power without delay. It's important to remember that these accounts come from sources often hostile to Livia or written decades after her death, and modern historians remain divided. While some see her as a cold, calculating mastermind, others argue these stories reflect political propaganda and fear of powerful women rather than concrete evidence. What is clear, however, is that Livia's reputation as a shadowy figure who wielded power behind the scenes has endured for centuries, making her one of the most fascinating and controversial characters in Roman history. The politics of succession. Securing the succession in ancient Rome was more than just a family matter. It was essential to the survival and stability of the entire empire. After decades of civil war, Augustus knew that a peaceful transfer of power was critical to avoid chaos. But choosing his heir was complicated. Several potential successors vied for the throne, including his grandsons and close allies, each backed by powerful factions within Rome. This is where Livia Drusilla's political skill became crucial. She was determined to see her own son, Tiberius, become Augustus's successor, despite other candidates who arguably had stronger claims or more public support. Livia worked relentlessly behind the scenes, using her influence over Augustus and key members of the court to shift favor toward Tiberius. Navigating a dangerous maze of palace intrigues, betrayals, and rivalries, she formed alliances with powerful senators and eliminated or sidelined threats to her son's claim. Ancient sources hint at secret plots and possibly even the removal of rivals by mysterious means, ensuring that Tiberius stood unchallenged as Augustus's chosen heir. Her efforts paid off when Tiberius was officially adopted and named successor, securing a dynastic continuity that shaped the future of the Roman Empire. Livia's mastery of political maneuvering was key to this outcome, proving that her power extended far beyond the domestic sphere into the very heart of imperial politics. The death of Augustus and Livia's role. When Augustus died in 14 AD, Rome stood at a critical crossroads. The first emperor of Rome, the man who had forged peace from decades of civil war, was gone. But the way his death was handled revealed as much about the power struggles behind the throne as the man himself. Ancient sources tell a remarkable story. Livia Drusilla, ever the master strategist, allegedly delayed the public announcement of Augustus's death until her son Tiberius could arrive safely in Rome. This calculated pause was not merely about timing, it was a powerful message. By controlling when and how the news spread, Livia ensured that the empire's transition of power was tightly managed, preventing any rivals from seizing the moment or stirring unrest. This cold, deliberate control over the imperial succession reinforced Livia's reputation as a woman who wielded power with ruthless precision. Far from the loyal, behind-the-scenes wife, she emerged as a key player in the final act of Augustus's reign, one who shaped Rome's future not just through influence, but through decisive, unyielding action. Her role in these events cemented her legacy as one of ancient Rome's most formidable figures, a woman whose ambition and political savvy altered the course of history and left a lasting mark on the empire she helped build. Livia's legacy. Livia Drusilla's influence did not end with her death. It echoed throughout the Julio-Claudian dynasty for decades. As the mother of Emperor Tiberius and grandmother to subsequent rulers, her political legacy shaped the foundation and direction of Rome's imperial family. She mastered the art of wielding power from behind the scenes, orchestrating alliances and managing court politics in ways few women of her time could. Her impact was so profound that after her death in 29 AD, Livia became one of the very few Roman women to be officially deified, a testament to her extraordinary status and enduring influence. This rare honor reflected not only her public image as a paragon of Roman virtue, but also the lasting imprint she left on the empire's ruling structure. Yet, modern historians remain divided over her true nature. Was Livia a cold, ruthless manipulator who eliminated rivals without remorse? Or was she a misunderstood matriarch navigating a brutal political world, acting decisively to protect her family and Rome's fragile stability? The truth likely lies somewhere in between. Livia's story reminds us how power often works, not through grand displays or open battles, but through quiet, calculated moves behind the curtain. Her legacy is a powerful example of how influence, when wielded with intelligence and determination, can shape history in profound and lasting ways. Conclusion. Livia Drusilla's life is a fascinating blend of undeniable influence and enduring mystery, a story where fact and legend intertwine. Was she a calculating mastermind who orchestrated deadly plots to secure power? Or was she simply a devoted mother navigating a ruthless political world to protect her family's legacy? The answer remains buried in the shadows of history, inviting each of us to decide for ourselves. If you enjoyed unraveling the secrets of history's most powerful women, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Speaking History for more gripping stories from the past.